So the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission has proposed a bear hunt scheduled for December. Public opinion polls show Floridians are overwhelmingly against this hunt, but all this taking place, but we know a final vote by the commission will take place this week. And by all indications, this hunt will go through.
Your animal advocate, J.C. Birch, investigates why the commission put in place to protect wildlife is now allowing them to be killed.
If you have ever had the rare treat to see a black bear in person or even on a trail camera, it is a majestic sight. And this is what it could look like if a bear hunt gets the green light this week to move forward.
The Bergeron Everglades Foundation opposes this hunt.
Ron Bergeron is a lifelong hunter, developer, and conservationist. He's made it his life's work to save the Everglades for future generations.
In 2015, I made it clear. I represent hunters, I represent non-hunters, I represent people that love animals.
He was the only no vote 10 years ago when he served as a commissioner with the FWC during the last bear hunt.
The bear is an icon animal, just like the panther, the bald eagle, the manatee. And in the eyes of the public, they want a greater level of protection.
During that hunt, more than 300 bears were slaughtered in less than 48 hours. The hunt had to be called off. Bear lovers were devastated. Lactating mothers and their cubs were killed in the process, even though that was against the rules. A decade later, and now we know from public meetings and the FWC receiving 13,000 responses, 75% of Floridians oppose this hunt. So why is it still moving forward? We called and sent FWC numerous emails over the last few weeks. We were denied any answers. So we went to Chairman Rodney Barretto's house.
I've been trying to get a hold of FWC commissioners. I was hoping Rodney might be available.
He's not home.
And Commissioner Albert Morey's home. Both of his gated entrances.
Oh, you have to have an entry code.
Access denied. The FWC is made up of 7 members appointed by the governor, not elected. Here they are. Every single one of them is a developer, consultant, investor, or CEO. Preston Ferrier is even a trophy hunter himself. And the chairman wrote this op-ed. The population has increased from just a few hundred bears in the 1970s to over 4,000 today. That is true. The bears were nearly hunted to extinction in our state. In 2012, they were finally taken off the threatened list. Now the chairman says, I knew it was time for us to act in regards to bringing back the bear hunt.
The number one thing, is there more bears in any one of these 7 bear regions across the state of Florida that has more bears than the natural food can support?
FWC is using science as their backing for the hunt, but new, up-to-date data will not be available until 2029, as stated in last December's public meeting.
I have not heard that bears are starving, or there's diseased bears, or there's any reason. Someone give us a reason why we can't slow down. Why do we have to move forward with a hunt right now?
The bear population has held steady and sustainable for the last 10 years, even with car strikes, illegal poaching, and loss of habitat from increased development.
So why is the FWC describing this as a highly regulated bear hunt? That's because this time around, they're limiting how many permits they issue out and how many bears can be killed. But here's something interesting. The hunters are on the honor system. They have to self-report their kills to the FWC.
187 is the magic number, 1 bear per permit. It would run for 23 days in December.
And this time, we have no oversight. This is just on the hunter's word that they've killed the bear, they're going to tag it, and then they're going to report themselves within 24 hours.
The public check-in way stations will be gone this time around. And the proposal includes hunting bears with dogs, bow and arrows, and by luring the animals in with feeding stations. Advocates fear cruel and painful deaths.
People in Florida don't want bears hunted, we don't want panthers hunted, and we don't want manatees hunted, right? Those are things that you cannot kill in Florida.
The final vote on the bear hunt takes place this Wednesday and Thursday in Havana, Florida, which is just north of Tallahassee. So what can you do if you're against this hunt? Contact the governor's office, since the commissioners are all appointed by Ron DeSantis. Also, you can go to the FWC website and request a permit in the lottery system. If you're picked, you can pay for that permit and just not participate in the hunt. That's a solution. I'm JC Birch, your animal advocate for Local 10 News.